All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. We're on to our last game of this WSL Sunday triple header, and it's the big one. It's Liverpool taking on Manchester City. Gareth Taylor, his first game against his old club since joining his new employers, Liverpool. So it should be a very interesting one for that reason, and it can't possibly be worse than the last two games we have watched today. But it's been a very fun triple header, Harry. We love doing 3 teams in a row. We would like some more goals.
I'd love to see some more goals. As you say, it's been a bit of a lacklustre Super Sunday for the WSL. Usually it's the blockbuster Sunday, 6 games on and loads of goals flying in. That's not been the case so far, but will Liverpool versus Man City deliver? It's a massive game at Anfield. Both sides are, well, one side really needs a win, and that is Liverpool, the home side. They need to use that home crowd to try and pull off what will be a bit of a shock here, but they need a result still yet to pick up a point in the WSL this season. What a point it would be if they managed to get one at home here. For City, they are flying at the moment in the league. They want to keep pace with Chelsea, so they also need to make sure that they can win this game and solidify themselves in second place. So it's going to be a really, really good game. City massive favourites, but football's a funny game sometimes, and you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, we don't have long for build-up today. Welcome to the stream. Duncan, Nade, Ryson, Ayanda and Sophie, welcome all to the stream. Thanks for getting involved in the live chat. Let's get the live chat active throughout this final stream of the day. But we'll start with the lineups for this game. We're at Anfield, so we'll start with the hosts, Liverpool, and Gareth Taylor's 4-3-3 in goal. Rafaela Borgraf, a back four of Fisk, Bonner, Clark and Evans. In midfield 3, it is Herbinger, Nagano and Sam Kerr. On one side, Kapox. On the other, Kerry Holland. And leading the line, it's Mia Enderby. As for Manchester City, the visitors then in goal, Ayaka Yamashita retains her starting role. In the back four, it's Casbright, Rose, Greenwood and Ua Harvey. A midfield pivot of Blinkilda Brown and Yui Hasegawa that's been solid to start the season. On one flank for Gino, on the other, Iman Bene, Miedemar in the 10, and Khadija Shaw leads the line. Talk to me, Harry. City looks strong. Liverpool's tough start to the season. Do you think anything changing today?
Yeah, I think it's been a long difficult for the hosts. Again, it's the same side, it's the same personnel that we haven't seen performing, and it just makes me wonder, when are we going to see the new signings integrated? When are we going to see the likes of Shimizu, Bernabei, Shimchak all coming in to try and boost the ranks? You know, I think that we've seen a couple of the signings like McLean get involved, so it's going to be interesting. But again, it looks to be the same players that aren't delivering at the moment for Liverpool, and they're going to be up against it today against a Man City side that are in red hot form. They're firing on all cylinders. Brilliant moment for Bene last time out against Arsenal, getting the winning goal for her first Manchester City goal. The midfield pivot for City has been running like clockwork, so it's a very, very informed Man City side, a clinical Man City side, against the Liverpool side who have made a lot of errors and have been a bit leaky at the back. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe Gareth Taylor can magic something up against his former side, but it's going to take something special if he wants his side to win this game.
Maybe. It would take a miracle. They have no points at the moment. They have struggled. But maybe today will be the day that it all works out. Get involved in the live chat. Give us your scoreline predictions before we get underway. We'll start here in the studio then. We don't have loads of time for predictions. But Harry, what is your prediction for Liverpool taking on City?
I can't see Man City not winning this football match. So I will say the away side to win this game 3-0. I think it'll be pretty convincing for Jeglertz side. And I will say a double for Khadija Shaw and a goal for... I'll tell you what, I'll go for another goal for Iman Bene.
Yeah, as much as I'd love to predict a shock win, I think the only way Liverpool score is if Gareth Taylor goes on there himself. So I'm going to go for Liverpool 0, Man City 5. I'll say a Shaw hat-trick, a Firmino goal, and a Kasparai goal. And yeah, just a comprehensive victory. Bailey going 7-0 City. That feels a little high. Callum says, come on then, City. So does Sophie. A lot of City fans in the live chat then. 85 votes, 82% of the vote going to Manchester City. So Liverpool fans, if you are there, all 14% of people that have predicted Liverpool, get involved in the live chat, because a lot of people at the moment think City are the dominant force. But yeah, get involved in the live chat throughout then, as we're about to get underway here at Anfield. Man City wearing what I can describe as a brown kit. Is it black?
I don't know.
The colour on the Sky Sports makes it look brown. But yeah, Man City taking on Liverpool. City looking to go within a point of Chelsea. Liverpool looking to actually score any points this season. It will be Man City to get started short from the middle, waiting for the referee's whistle. Knocks it back, and we're underway here at Anfield. It's Manchester City taking on Liverpool at Anfield, and it's City to get us underway. Here is Greenwood. Sends it forward, and looking to hurt Liverpool early on here. Shaw tries to chest it down. It's cleared away by Clark. There is an offside flag there up against Khadija Shaw.
Yeah, City knowing exactly what they need to do. Put pressure on the Liverpool backline early. Make them make errors. Pounce on those mistakes. And try and get into a comfortable lead early on. Again, if they let Liverpool settle, then there's a chance that the Reds could get in the game.
Nagano under pressure goes to Fisk, who fizzes it forwards. And that will be with Greenwood now. Now Rose. And back to Ayaka Yamashita. Greenwood. And it's Rose again. Now Greenwood. Rose. City just sitting on the ball, waiting, probing for a gap to play into.
How high is that Liverpool line, by the way?
Welcome to Gareth Taylor, Liverpool. Feels the wrong way around to say it, but that is what I mean. Rose. Cross now to Kasparai. Nigel it feels like he's in the ground with how he is shouting City in the live chat. Love to see the support. Greenwood in behind, looking for the runner, Khadija Shaw, who will battle to get there and will do ahead of Bonner. Can she beat her now? Cuts inside. It's going to be forced back there by Holland. Now Uahabi trying to make space for the cross. Holland, though, tireless in her attempts to regain possession. Greenwood into the run of Fagino. Blinkilder takes aim just wide. Nice move, though, from City. Blinkilder unable, though, to trouble Borgraf in the Liverpool goal.
Again, good football from City. It's Fagino. Just finds that little bit of space, lays it into Blinkilder Brown, who was never going to challenge the net with that kind of effort. But good football. Bright start from City, as we expected.
I bet Justin wants the street saying 4-0 Liverpool. That is one hell of a prediction.
If that happens, I'm buying a lottery ticket.
That's right. Well, you shouldn't. I bet should.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
That's right. Back to Rose. And now Greenwood. Rose again. City now looking to build up down the left-hand side. Greenwood into Blinkilder. Back to Rose, who now wants to go a bit more direct into Kasparai, who chests it down well. Kirsten Kasparai knocks it down the line into Iman Bene, who wants to take on Clark here. But Bene unable to beat her. Drops for Kasparai, who will swing it into the box. Never a bad idea to put across him when Shaw is lurking. But this one comes to nothing. And Kapox now looking to break away. First time I've actually seen Liverpool get on the ball. Dispossessed too easily. Poor pass from Kasparai, though. Picked up by Kerr. And that is out for a Liverpool throw. As it comes off of the recovering Hasegawa.
Yeah, again, Liverpool really struggling to get out. As we expected, City very aggressive in the press because they know that if they put this Liverpool backline under pressure, they're going to try and force it because we know that Liverpool want to play that possession-based football. But yeah, they're really struggling to get out at the moment.
Yeah, Jeglertz has turned City into a very strong pressing team, as well as obviously being very accomplished in possession. And here is Kerr, holds onto the ball well. Now Kapox looks to beat Kasparai down the line. Now going to shimmy back, and it's now with Evans. Interesting to see no Risa Shimizu in the lineup today. Evans moved to left back. 4 players who traditionally play as centre-backs on the pitch for Liverpool. Is that a concerted effort to make themselves a little narrower, make themselves a little more difficult to beat?
Yeah, as you say, they will be narrow. The box defending will be good. It just worries me that in wide areas they could be killed practically. If City can get the ball out wide and stretch that back line as much as possible, you get Evans or Fisk 1-on-1 in an unnatural position, and suddenly Liverpool could be banging trouble. Although when they are without the ball for Liverpool, it is more a 5-4-1. Which, it may help just relieve a bit of pressure.
Well, here come Liverpool, and it's Kapox on the ball. Waited for the overlapping run now. Does go back into Clark. Pass around the corner from Evans into Kapox. Back now to Herbinger. Forced all the way back to Clark. This is more positive from Liverpool. Nagano. I like Fuka Nagano as well, splitting the centre-backs. Bonner. Clark. And here's Evans. Chops back inside against Bene. Clark. Ball down the line for Evans. Man, Kasperai intercepts, then a pass on the line cut out for a City throw. So Man City in possession on the right-hand side here. Back now to Rose. And it switches the play across to Greenwood. Uahabi wants to go down the line, tries to go in behind, looking for Khadija Shaw, and quick offline. There's ball grab, and she spilt it.
My.
And Bonner recovers it just about. One back by Blinkhilde-Brown into Fagino. Here come Man City. Can Fagino make something happen? Looks to play it across to Kasperai. Now Bene wants to take on Evans. Can she beat her to the outside? Looks to go around Gemma Evans. Brilliant defending though from Evans. Now Miedemar clips it towards the back post. Heads away well by Bonner. Greenwood into Fagino in the pocket. Back to Greenwood. Wide now to Harvey. And forced back to Greenwood. Looked to hit Blinkhilde-Brown, who made the run there into space. Couldn't quite find it, and Liverpool knock it out of play. It's another City throw. Greenwood. Back now to Jade Rose. Kasperai. And again, it's with Rose. Yamashita. Now played in behind now by Greenwood. And Shaw might get their ball graph though off her line quickly and clears it forwards. Convincing clearance. And now Hasegawa to Fagino. Fagino. Now Greenwood. And it's Rose. Rimpelas did Arsenal win. Yeah. Lovely goal by Marissa Ollis-Lagers to help the victory. Bene. Holds on to it well. Kasperai now breaking down the right-hand side. Can she pick out someone in the box? Into a dangerous area. Cleared away by Bonner. Now Clark. Manages to poke it there to Herbinger, who wants to send it up the line. Brilliant control there by Hasegawa. Almost with her neck, that looked like. Now here's Kasperai. Into Miedemar, who makes the run into the pocket. Ball forwards. And it's dealt with for now, as it's cleared away by Liverpool. Yamashita might as well play on the halfway line.
Yeah.
Because even if it's a clear shot at goal, I don't trust these Liverpool forwards to score. But you know, regardless of that, they just haven't got forwards at all in this game. City have been so high. Kasperai. Back now to Rose. And it's across to Greenwood. And now she'll look to knock it in behind for the run of Leo Harvey. Holland trying to see her out. Does really well there, Kerry Holland. She's fought well in the early stages, Holland. Liverpool in general as a team. The question is, how sustainable is it?
Yeah.
70% possession so far for Manchester City. And that feels low compared to what we've watched.
Yeah, it is. Liverpool were trying to hang in there for 90 minutes, which you just feel like the best case scenario is they draw 0-0.
Here is Yui Hasegawa. Cross now to Kasperai. I love how fascinated they are this season with Gareth Taylor sitting in the stands. Like he didn't do that every game for City.
Yeah.
I get the differences that obviously at City had a designated spot in the Joey Stadium and he wasn't just in the stand. But there's no spectators in that stand.
Yeah.
So what's the obsession with it? Miedemar from range takes aim. Tipped over by Borgraf. And that'll be a Man City corner. First time the goalkeeper's been called into action in this game. And that was tipped over well to deny Viviana Miedemar. Not badly struck, and it had a bit of zip on it. And yeah, good stop from the Liverpool shot stopper. And if you are looking to watch the game, it is on Sky Sports Premier League in the UK. If you're outside the UK, it'll be whatever your broadcaster is. No games available on YouTube this week. Greenwood. Now we're going to be a pause because the referee wants to go and have a chat with players in the penalty area. Brilliant. Well, now they'll never push again.
That annoys me even more because that wasn't even a proper chat.
Yeah, he just went over, pointed at her and walked away. What a waste of time. Delivery from Man City, looking for Khadija Shaw, but she's under it and heads over. And that one, a wild one for sure.
Yeah, not a bad ball in. It's actually a bit of good defending from Clark to put her off.
Yeah. It's interesting how much they're missing Rebecca Knack. I think once they've got Knack back, that corner threat is just so large.
Oh, yeah, massively.
I think she scored, what, four goals in 8 games?
Yeah, it was absurd.
After joining in January, and obviously had struggled with injuries since then. Vene does well now, driving away from Evans. Tries to poke it inside. One back, though, there by Herbingo. Trying to play it in her own penalty area. Loses possession. Miedemar tries to put it in there. Looked like the arm of Gemma Evans. Think it was down by her side, though. Hasegawa wriggles her way through the Liverpool defence. Now trying to fashion opportunity. That's a good ball in towards Iman Bene, who will square it, but it's Nagano who gets there. Do you think Evans got away with one there?
I'd like to see it back because it looked like it had struck the arm. The linesman on this near side would have had a brilliant look at it.
Great turn there from Blinkilda Brown. Now out to Hasegawa. Hits Kasperai down the line. Wants to take her on. Ball into the box. That's into the side netting. Kevin asks, why no games on YouTube? Because it's a men's international week, or men's international break. They're trying to make people pay for Sky to watch the women's WSL games.
Yeah.
So yeah, and all the people that would usually watch the men's football, they're trying to get to watch the women's football instead. So you can understand the logic, but yeah, they are just killing a load of people who actually love the women's game, trying to attract people who've never watched it before. So here's Hasegawa. Tries to poke it forwards. One back there by Fisk. Bonner. Back now to Borgraf.
The problem with this Liverpool situation is that what they're doing now is fine right now, but as soon as they go 1-0 down, then what do?
Yeah.
Because there's no...
at this rate, I don't think it's going to be long.
No. And they just don't look like scoring.
Pass into Holland. That's a foul, though, from Greenwood.
But they are 12 minutes through, so they've done well. So they've weathered the early storm. The problem is that it feels like that storm's going to be a constant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the injury bench for Man City. The quality
behind the actual bench. Borgraf. Now Bonner. Borgraf out to the left-hand side, looking for Evans. Here's Clark.
Wow.
Not dealt with that ball particularly well. And now Liverpool look to play out Nagano. Fisk. Down the line from Holland. Yamashita. Here's Rose. Looking for a forward pass into Blinkilda. Enderby puts her under pressure and she wins it high. Enderby can't quite drive towards goal as she's robbed of possession by Greenwood, but that's a chance for Liverpool.
She's really unlucky there, Enderby. She does nothing wrong, turns the ball over, but there's not much she can do when she's got Blinkilda and Greenwood both, pushing and pulling her and winning the ball back.
And not really any support. Potentially could have turned around. Let's just try and hold up the ball until some Liverpool attackers came and supported.
Yeah. The best case scenario would be that when she did that burst, that she got taken out.
Yeah. I think that would have at least got them out of their own half.
Yeah.
Ball in behind. Cleared away by Nagano. Miedemar tries to... As she wins possession, that's a big mistake from Clark. Miedemar in to score. It's blocked. And it's cleared away. And Viviana Miedemar there with a great opportunity. No idea what Clark was trying to do there. But it's been one-way traffic in the opening 14 minutes here. Man City. I mean, you'd be very surprised if it's much longer until they score. Clipped in behind, looking for Hasegawa, who brings it down. Now Khadija Shaw opens up the space for the shot. Drags herself wide, though. Clips it back in there. Viviana Miedemar scuffs it.
Wow.
And how on earth have City not capitalised?
Liverpool are a mess in their own penalty area.
The best way to describe it is it looks like they're playing FIFA and they need to score a specific goal for a kind of challenge.
Yeah.
They have to score a volley or something. Because how have they not just put the ball in the back of the net, ball in behind, Shaw timed that well. No, the flag is up. And she was dragged wide anyway. But Man City all over Liverpool. How on earth is the ball not in the back of the net?
Yeah, Liverpool need a break. Again, this is really poor from Clark. You cannot do this at this level. In your own penalty area, just go to clear it and completely miss the ball. You can't afford to do that at this level. It's a really good save from Borgraf to deny Miedemar. But what a let
It felt like miscommunication really for City after that, because it drops and everyone just sort of leaves it, waiting for someone.
Yeah.
And it just drops to a Liverpool player to get rid of it.
It's a good stop from Borgraf, to be fair, because that's the kind of goal.
One-on-one.
That's the kind of goal that goes in if you don't have a quality goalkeeper in net.
Rose. Now Kasparai, back to Jade Rose. Liverpool are doing some effort here to try and push City forward. It is, by the way, a 5-3-2 for Liverpool today.
Yeah.
With Holland at right wing back. And Evans at left wing
At
back.
least without the
If you're
ball.
going to do that, why wouldn't you use Woodham as a left wing back?
Yeah.
And then Evans as a wide centre half, and they don't have to play Clark.
They brought in 4 defensive reinforcements and haven't used a single one of them.
That'd be why Schmitzy's not involved. Forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
She's on loan, obviously, for Man City.
But still, you've got Bernabei, Woodham,
From Kapox.
and Shimchak.
Yeah, we haven't seen Amelia Shimchak yet.
Is she on the bench? Or is she just still not ready?
Yeah, she's on the bench. She's been on the bench a few weeks now.
I don't get it. How can you watch that from Clark and think that she can just keep playing?
It wasn't really a minute yet. You'd have thought she'd have started in the cup in the week,
Yeah.
but no. I don't think she even made the bench for that.
Again, how many more times are we going to watch Gareth Taylor play the same players and it just not work?
No, she's made the bench, but yes, she didn't play in that Sunderland game. They won 5-0. They went full strength, and I guess they probably want to get some belief in the side, but because you've not played Shimchak over Clark,
Bernabei, I feel like has barely played.
hasn't played.
Yeah.
Possibly injured.
Maybe.
Doesn't even made the bench yet for Liverpool.
But yeah, it's just so weird.
Lovely turn from Bene, wants to slip it in behind one, back though by Clark. Direct pass into Enderby, to Kapox, back to Enderby. Chance now for Liverpool, but Greenwood gets across there well, and the ex-Liverpool player preventing that attack there for the Reds.
They get a bit of joy. They're getting not joy, but they're getting something. And again, it's just when City are playing out and there's slight errors, and that is still teething issues. But City will get there.
Yeah, Robert says, I'm not sure I'm going to listen to one-way traffic for 90 minutes. Well, you just got there 30 seconds where Liverpool believed. Greenwood. Now Hasegawa. Kasparai. Into Bene, who fights for possession. Now Clark. He's going to be forced back there by Bene. And Shaw now picks up on the loose pass. Can she fashion a shot from this? Khadija Shaw tries to poke it through the lines, but that's never going to come off. And Bonner now out to Evans. And Shaw wins it back. There doesn't seem to be any urgency from City, and I get it, because they're probably looking at this game and going, well, we're going to score eventually, but they haven't scored yet. And the longer they don't score, the more Liverpool will believe.
Yeah.
Herbinger, got to look right for Holland. Looks left instead. Does find Kapox. Liverpool forward now. Can Kapox beat Greenwood? Slips it in there. Yamashita does well. Good, strong goalkeeping. Just come out and claim that.
Yeah, again, it was really good from Herbinger. Nicked it off Hasegawa and carried it forwards. Kapox here. This ball just lacks anything.
Well, I think it lacks options. Is what it lacks. If someone makes her onto the front post there, they meet that.
Yeah.
If someone's moving in the box, she'll try and pick them out. Who else is she supposed to target there?
Yeah. But yeah, it's one thing is we've got to remember we've seen this script before, Liverpool. Think back to when they beat United last season here at Anfield.
I think back to the game between Liverpool and Man City at Anfield, where they scored early because of Olivia Smith. They were probably they deserved something from that game. They conceded 2 late goals from Shaw. This has been the opposite story. Kasparai now in the box. It's a good stop again from Borgraf. But Kasparai should probably do better. City played forwards well. It was lovely from Miedemar there, just to slide the ball in behind for Shaw. Bit clumsy between her and Bonner.
Bonner does well, gets down and doesn't commit a foul, doing silly, and she's doing well, saying that her centre half partner is, I don't know, might as well put a Man City shirt on. It's been that kind of game for Clark. But 20 minutes, still 0-0.
And now here is Mia Enderby. Coming across the left-hand side, opening up the play with Kapox. Has the overlapping run of Evans, tries to backheel it into her. One back there by Herbinger. Clark, Nagano. I think City got to be mindful of resting on their laurels.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool, as bad as they have been, do have players who can punish.
Yeah, after the back line, they've got players that can, very, very good
Herbinger,
players.
Evans. They can't score.
That is true.
They do just lack a goal scorer, that's the problem. They've got loads of nice creators. The defenders aren't particularly good and they haven't got a goal scorer.
I don't... Clark, this is going down as one of the worst 20 minutes I've seen. Just passed it straight to Yui Hasegawa. I don't like to try to criticise players or target individuals, but so far, she's been robbed of possession in her penalty area, tried to clear it and not make any contact with it and allow Miedemar to go one-on-one with her goalkeeper. It's just error after error.
Kasparai back to Yamashita. And it's now Jade Rose. Across to Kasparai. Ball in behind, looking out for the run of Yui Hasegawa. Here come Manchester City. Cuts back. It's good defending, though, from Evans. Or Herbinger, sorry. He's got back in there. But she has gone down holding her knee and seems in a lot of pain. And this will be worrying for Marie Herbinger.
Yeah, just clashed with Hasegawa. It's a great tackle.
I'm not even sure.
It's in the turf, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's just in the turf, yeah. Oh, that is... It looks like the knee, and we know what that tends to mean. Hopefully
but again,
it's not.
But why is she making a 20-yard recovery run? Because where on earth are Clark and Evans? They're not even in the picture. This is what I mean for Liverpool. It's the basics, and it's really frustrating if she's injured now because she's had to bust her gut to get back, make a brilliant tackle. Meanwhile, the rest of her defenders, what are they doing? They might as well, where are they? It's so bizarre.
Now, Save Tube Welcome says WSL 1 or 2 goals, Liga F 5 or 6 goals. Yeah, exactly. WSL much better quality, much more competitive, much more difficult to just win 6-0 against your close title rivals. So, yeah, very true. Great point. WSL is a better league, Save Tube. But yeah, 22 minutes into this game. I think Liverpool done well to hold on.
They have.
There's been some players have stepped up and dealt with some other players' mistakes. Clark is struggling.
That's one way of putting it.
She's lost every duel so far, but the other players are making up for it at the moment. Bond's had a good game so far. I think Kapox looks dangerous every time she gets some. Enderby doesn't, and that is a problem. Yeah. I think Liverpool are lacking presence up there. Enderby's been so promising for years now, but it's never really come together. And yeah, it just doesn't. She doesn't look like a player who's going to score, and that is a problem. That's why Liverpool have no goals in this team at the moment. They've replaced Olivia Smith with a front line of players who can't score. So, especially when they've got Bitter Olsen, who spent £500,000 on, or £300,000 on in the summer, and Roman Haug, who is fit to play.
Exactly. I think I get that Olsen hasn't been brilliant, but you've got to give her time. And yeah, Haug is so much better. Not so much better, but she's a number 9.
I guess the only argument against today will be that they want to be very transitional.
But
Haug can be a hold-up to then bring others into the game.
You need the ball. That's what you need, is you need the ball.
Rover Over says, love the name of the way, says, which of the 2 teams are looking at better? City. Quite considerably, to be honest. 63% possession so far, 6 shots to none, 3 on target to none. It just feels like City are overcomplicating it at times because it's too easy.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds weird, but because they are so dominant, they seem to just get into these positions where they can't believe that they are. It was so easy to then try and overplay it. And actually, they just shot. It's probably going to go in.
Yeah.
But a goal's coming eventually, and now Liverpool losing their best player.
Yeah.
In Herbinger, and it looks like a knee injury, and that, on top of what's already been a very difficult season, is a massive loss.
Yeah. But again, you look at this first 25 minutes, she's been their best player.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. And I think, but again, you watch Liverpool. To be fair, I think 7 out of the 11 players haven't put a foot wrong so far, and that's where I think that you have to work out where you judge Liverpool, because yes, they're bottom on 0 points, but as I said, I look at it and go, well, it is just errors that are letting them down at the moment. It really is errors and individual mistakes that are causing them lots of problems.
Yeah.
But McLean is a good player. She's probably one of the only new signing that has settled in and got to grips and has looked pretty decent. So an opportunity now for her to come into this game and play the remaining 75 minutes.
Greenwood finds a cigar on the edge. Now Uwahabi, who looks to deliver towards the back post. And it's headed away well by Liverpool. And now Fisk will get it clear. That one, though, with too much airtime and not enough distance. Headed on, looking for Nagano. But it's Blinkilder Brown who wins it back. Catsan says, how likely is it that City lose this game? And Marlon says, 0% chance they lose.
There's always a chance.
Of course there is.
Football's a funny game sometimes.
Just a slim one.
Yeah.
Enderby loses out in the physical battle there to Fagino. And now Kasparai. Back to Harvey. Well, that's Rose, sorry. Now Greenwood. And now Harvey. Finds Miedemar. He's going to be forced back here. Into playing left back for a moment. Greenwood. Now Yamashita. Across to Jade Rose. Carries it forwards well. Now it's Kasparai. Bene sees it out well, and that is now a Man City throw.
Yeah, it's well regimented from Liverpool. When City have got the ball up, when City have got the ball in their own half, Liverpool, it looks solid. They've got the 5, then they've got the 3, and then they've got the 2, and you can see the line, and it is making City work for it. But once City get into that Liverpool half, it all just seems to go to disarray. So I think it's about that transitioning up and down the pitch that Liverpool need to get right. Because when they're set, like they are now, with this high line, right up on the halfway line, and they've got their 3, they've got their 5, their 3, and their 2, it looks pretty solid.
Rose looking to go in behind, headed down. And now it's Viviana Miedemar who drives it forwards. One back in there, though. And then flicked forwards by Clark, looking for Enderby. Tries to touch around the corner for Nagano and punted back to her goalkeeper by Greenwood. Now looks up, wants to play the forward pass, Greenwood. Hasegawa. Lovely control in there from Yui Hasegawa. Will be forced backwards now to Greenwood. So they just continue to try and find space. Miedemar. Under pressure again, Viviana Miedemar. And now Jade Rose. Will lift it over the top, looking for the run there of Kirsten Kasparai. Ball goes out of play though. Yeah, Liverpool have done well just to be disciplined, regimented, make it difficult to play through the lines of Liverpool, and I think City have struggled with that. City are trying to be a little bit more direct to deal with that, but we've seen Shaw caught offside already once or twice. We've seen them struggle to find their way through. So I think we have to give some props to Liverpool, because first 5 minutes it looked like City were going to score every time they come forwards, but they have shored up, and it's now looking more like a 5-4-1 rather than a 5-3-2, which I think is slightly better. Here is Hasegawa. Now Uwahabi to Greenwood. Not sure why Enderby doesn't engage in the press quicker. She's given Greenwood so much time there to put the ball over the top. Clark heads it down. Not a great pass there from McLean, and Gemma Evans completely missed the ball. Taken out for Gino, and will jog away before she can get a yellow card. But that was late and wild from Gemma Evans.
Yeah, she's likely to get away with that card for that one. Virginia just knocks it past her, and Evans comes and cleans her out. Just, simply put, Virginia just a quicker player, more nimble, more, very sharp. And again, Fabinho's looked really tidy today, popping up in the pockets, and just it's what Fabinho's very good at. Just makes things like it's almost intelligence that because that ball she's just kicked that off anywhere.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter because she's won the free kick.
So Greenwood and Hasegawa. Greenwood flicking it or lifting it towards the back post. Head away well by Fisk. Miedemar will keep it alive. See, I haven't threatened on set pieces as much as they should with the players they've got.
No, yeah.
Uwahabi there, muscled off by Holland, and then Uwahabi drags down Kerry Holland for good measure. A little scuffle between the two, but it will be a Liverpool free kick.
Yeah, smart from Holland. Gets her body in the way. And Uwahabi grabs her shirt and pulls her down.
I'm not sure I actually have any complaints whatsoever.
What's she annoyed about? Is it this bit she's not? Yeah, I think she's more annoyed that Holland then brings her legs round and starts to get into the ball. Yeah, just a bit of... That's what Liverpool need, a bit of fight. They need players not diving in and being reckless, but being aggressive, being physical.
Here come Liverpool. Fisk back now to Clark. Looks left, finds Evans. And now Liverpool looking to come at Manchester City. Goes wide out to the left-hand side with Kapox. He wants to come inside from the touchline. Goes back to Clark. Now Nagano. And it's now Fisk. Goes wide into Holland. And now into Kerr, who drives inside with purpose. McLean tries to go around the corner. It's going to drop between two Liverpool players to Kasperai, who will float it forwards. And now Shaw tries to run at Bonner, but Bonner does really well there to knock it away. Clark with a good tackle, really, of a pass into Evans. Clark, now McLean.
I think, to be fair, now Liverpool's settled, Clark just looks a lot more comfortable.
Now she stopped having to defend, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm back there by Kapox. And Bonner knocks it back to Borgraf.
Kapox is one that always bewilders me. Because I think sometimes she's such a dangerous player. Yeah. And could be, one of the most dangerous wingers in the league. But then some games you see it and she just has no impact on the match whatsoever.
I think it's one of those where she lacks that consistency, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I don't think it helps that last season she was overshadowed by Olivia Smith. This season, last season she was the second attacker and she wants to be the predominant attacker. Yeah. But the problem is this season is there's no attackers that are any good, so no one to link up with.
Yeah.
We sort of need that halfway, and we've got some other attackers near the same level who won't overshadow her, but will be able to finish off chances and create chances for her and make the right runs and make good movement. That just isn't happening at the moment for Liverpool at all.
Yeah.
Yamashita exchanges with Rose now to Greenwood. Let's go look for the lovely lifted pass in Miedemar, who plucks it down and releases Iman Bene, who needs to run across Clark and tries to, but she just gets a touch all wrong. And that's a waste for Iman Bene.
Yeah, good football from City. Just catch Liverpool out.
Got to do better. She's timed this run well. She's got Clark beaten, but the first touch isn't positive enough. And she just can't get out of her feet, can't drive it forwards. And ends up then the second touch getting out of her feet, but sending it too far in front of her. Clark just shields it back to Borgraf.
First touch has to go across Clark there. And then either she has to let you go or she brings you down for a penalty.
Evans. Back now to Clark. Cut out by Bene. Here is Viviana Miedemar. Lovely twist and turn. Finds Blinkilder. Forced back now to Greenwood. Wide. Into Hasegawa. Uwahabi. Back now to Greenwood. And now Uwahabi. Yamashita. It's now Jade Rose into Kasperai. Back to Rose. And it's Greenwood. Looks at Miedemar. Now back to Blinkilder. And it's cut out and a drop for Blinkilder again. Just pokes it into Uahabi. For Gino. Uahabi. Great pass into Viviana Miedemar. Now Shaw. Tries to play around the corner. Shaw again. Twisting in and out of bodies. One back by Nagano. And then Nagano goes down to challenge from Miedemar. You just feel that City are starting to get frustrated in this game. And that's impacting things. The passing is sloppy. The challenges are late. It's just not clicking at the moment for Man City. They haven't scored early on since Herbing went down injured and Liverpool got that sort of reset. They've looked a lot calmer, a lot more assured of themselves, and they've executed Taylor's game plan to a better degree.
Yeah, absolutely. City have not taken enough shots. They've not put Borgraf under enough pressure. Have they had a shot on target since that Miedemar one that she saved?
20th minute, Kirsten Kasperai when she cut inside on the left. Since then, Herbinger came off, 23rd minute, something like that? Not long after that, and we've not seen anything else. Herbinger off on the 26th, I think went down on the 23rd. So, yeah, we've not seen anything since Herbinger went off, since that game reset, and since Liverpool have looked better. Bergino here being forced backwards. Now Greenwood. Edmundo, welcome from Brazil. I hope you're enjoying the stream, and to everyone who is watching because they can't find it on YouTube, this may not be what you're looking for, but I hope you are enjoying it anyway. Everence is currently playing while holding one of her boots.
Yeah, it came off under the challenge of Bene, but she hasn't put it back on, and now she's out of position. She'll get back in.
She has now got it back on.
But that should sum up Liverpool's backline this season.
Hasegawa.
And now we're going to let her do her lacy.
So she can put her boots back on.
I guess it's different because the boot came off. But we aren't 12 anymore. Refs could do it for her.
The Lions got it down.
But yeah, City want a goal for the end of the first half. But as I said, they haven't had enough shots.
Yeah. Here is Kasperai. Miedemar. Now Kasperai. Hasegawa. And it's Kasperai back now to Rose. The problem is, against most teams, when you go back, they might press aggressively. Liverpool getting forwards, but they're not being too aggressive in the press. They're not leaving gaps in their structure. They're just happy to sit in this mid-block. Low intensity pressing, where they just sort of put some pressure on the ball to force you back, but they're not going hell for leather. So they're not going to tire out too quickly, but they make it really difficult to actually play through them. And that's a lovely movement from Firmino. He wants to cut in, and it's one back by Holland. Plays around the corner into Enderby. Enderby brought down, deemed a fair challenge from Rose. I'm not sure what version of the rules this referee is working with. Firmino. Now Uahabi. Play continuing as City come forwards. And that is out. And it is offside, I think. Again, that is not the sign for offside. It's usually that, no? Are you allowed to do what you want? I thought it was conducting a plane.
No, that's just for an indirect free kick, so we'll do that in a minute.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah.
I hope he's landed the plane. There's now a player down for Liverpool, and it is Holland, I think, who's fought hard in the opening 38 minutes here.
So say Liverpool in the wars this afternoon, but they're battling. That shows they're battling hard, and they're only 7 minutes away from half time now.
Yeah. Enderby hasn't had a great start to the afternoon. Hasn't won a single duel. Dispossessed twice from 11 touches. Just struggled really.
Yeah.
To get involved. I think Kapok, when she's got on the ball, has driven forwards well. I don't really think there's much more she could have done.
No.
But yeah, just lacking someone up there to work with. Rose heads it down. Kapox can't quite bring that down. Drops now for Nagano, and Rose has continued to press this into the forward line. Will now drop back as Liverpool have possession. Clark. Difficult one there for McLean to get under her control. Recovered well though by Evans. Clark back to Evans, twisting and turning. One back here by Miedemar. Options to her left. Can she pick anyone out? Crosses it in, and it's dealt with there by Kerr. Looked potentially like the arm, but it was down by her side. Kasperai.
I mean, what is Gemma Evans doing? Twisting and turning in your own penalty area. Can't afford, again.
Virginio.
Got away with one there.
Wants to come inside, wants to be positive, gives it into Miedemar. Nice turn, pokes it through the lines, but Gino's in to score. Big save by Borgroff, drops on the line, cleared away by Clark. Now, did it come off Bene? Not sure. I think it's been given as a corner though.
Yeah, again.
Great pass into Virginio. Not a lot more she could have done. Great stop from Borgroff to deny her.
That's a huge save. Again, brilliant from Virginio.
It's the pass, but then the run that she makes. Gives it to Miedemar. Wants it back. She bursts in behind. Yeah, I'm not sure if that counts Bene or not. Either way, it will be a corner now for Manchester City. And again, they should threaten from this, but they haven't yet. Can they from this one? Ball into the box. Headed away. Uncontested. Gemma Bonner there. Yamashita is the player who puts it back in there, but it's not a great ball.
But that's how aggressive City can be from these set pieces.
It's on the halfway line at corners.
Yeah, they've got no one on the halfway line. Just because Liverpool are dropping everyone back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a half where I think Liverpool have gone from strength to strength.
Yeah.
And have really improved.
Fisk. Glenkilder there tries to keep possession for City. One back though by Liverpool. And now Evans. Lifts it forwards. And he will put pressure here on Rose. It goes back to our goalkeeper Yamashita. Now Greenwood. Tries to clip it forwards into Virginio. Miedemar. One back though by Liverpool. Here is Nagano under pressure. Goes down. That is a free kick.
Yeah, does well Nagano again. That Liverpool midfield, it runs so nicely. Obviously, without Herbinger, it's a big miss. But McLean again has come in and looked pretty solid. I think there's a lot of thinking for City and Jeglertz to do at half time at this rate. Well, even if they do find a goal, still a lot to ponder.
Edmundo says, let's get a goal. Who are you supporting, Edmundo? In fact, if you're watching, get involved in the live chat. Let us know who you're supporting in this game. Poll in chat so far, 450 votes. 81% think Manchester City will win. 14% Liverpool. 5% going for a draw. So let us know who you're supporting in this game in the live chat. Shea Rose in possession. Now Kasperai. Back to Rose. Under pressure there from Nagano. Now back to Greenwood. Kasperai. Teradai says, can someone tell me why a 5'10" striker is on the bench? Assume you're talking about Sophie Roman Haug. Yes, interesting one. I don't think Enderby's played particularly well in this game for Liverpool, but if they are looking for transitional threat, if they want to counter-attack well, it does make sense. Lovely from Bene there to spin away from Evans. Wants to slip it in behind to Shaw. Does find Shaw on the right-hand side, who will take aim. Borgroff saves it. Cleared away well by Holland at the back post. Asigawa. Bene. Now back to Blinkilder. Rose. Out to Kirsten Kasperai. It's back now to Hasegawa. Here's Rose. Now Hasegawa again. Blinkilder. Kasperai. Phil, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Hope you're still celebrating from Arsenal's emphatic, boring 1-0 victory. Kasperai slips through the lines into Bene. Nice turn again from him. Bene shuffles back to the right-hand side. Here's Hasegawa breaking into the box. Somewhat clumsy from Evans. Deemed too light of a contact for a penalty, but it was somewhat dodgy. McLean does well there to shift out of danger, out to the right-hand side, looking for Holland, who will get there for Liverpool. Here come the Reds on the counter-attack. Holland fights off Bergino, who manages to knock it back to Miedemar, and City back in possession.
Again, good football from City. And again, probably need to see that one back. Evans just looked to potentially go into the back of Hasegawa, but 3 more minutes in this first half.
Ball over the top, looking for Shaw, head away well by Evans, who knocks it down the line to Kapox. Holds the ball up well there. Cornelia Kapox gets caught by Rose. Here's McLean. Bene recovers back well. Now Shaw. Nice hold up from the Jamaican forward. Kasperai. Here is Yui Hasegawa. Uahabe. Greenwood. Rose. Back into Kasperai. And now goes back to Jade Rose. Trust us, yeah, we're going to win it all. No, you've got to have the belief, Phil. Miedemar. Now for Gino. Out wide to Kasperai. And it's Bene. Can she create an opportunity? Blocked by Clark. Cleared away by Nagano. Rose again. And it's Kasperai. Got to be a good delivery this time. Not a bad ball towards the back post. Headed away well, though, by Fisk. City are just over-reliant on crosses at the moment. And the problem is Liverpool like know that. Because guess who also used to be over-reliant on crosses at Man City? And so Taylor's just playing to that. And he's set up to just defend the box.
Yeah, I think Enderby is just trying too hard to be positive. I like that she wants to take players on and try and get the ball at the pitch, but I think it would help Liverpool more just to recycle possession.
It's Virginia wants to take on Holland. Ball in towards the penalty area, handed away well by Clark. Of course, have a mismatch with this one. It's been a much more enjoyable game than the last one. City have had chances. Liverpool haven't, but they have come forwards at times. Liverpool actually played quite well, to be fair. Defended really well. It's been disciplined. And they just make it really difficult for Man City.
Yeah. I think they got away with a couple in the early stages, but since then they've really shored up.
Yeah, like when Clark just tried to clear the ball, completely missed it. Meanwhile, through on goal. Yeah, that was shaky.
To be fair to Clark, I knocked her a lot for a catalogue of errors in the first 20 minutes, but she's actually shored up and looked a lot more solid.
Yeah. Virginia flicks on to Blinkilde. Time running out in this first half, and that is time up. It's half time here in the first half at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0. The WSL has been a fairly low scoring affair today, and this game is no different. Many expecting 4, 5, 6. We even had a 7-0 prediction to Manchester City, but at the break, the deadlock remains intact. Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0.
Yeah, I think Liverpool can thank Rafaela Borgra for a few of those, some big saves, and showing the difference between having a good goalkeeper and a goal and a below par one. Because Borgra has made some saves.
Yeah, 5 stops in that first half. Rafaela Borgra, 0.76 goals prevented.
That's huge.
Based on the XGOT stats. So really impressive, yeah, from Rafaela Borgra. Has been a difference maker to what they had in the last time they were at Anfield with Fake Herbie in goal in that Everton game was tough to watch. So I think they may have had an Anfield trip since then. But yeah, you get the point. It's been tough with good Kirby. Borgra, a huge step up in there in quality. And I think, Miedemar probably would have scored if it wasn't for Borgra with a really good stop. So, yeah, impressive. I think Liverpool, what surprised me is how disciplined they've been. Because in a lot of the games this season, they've looked quite okay. They've been okay on the ball at times, although there have been mistakes.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, their defensive work has been a bit ad hoc, a bit haphazard. But today it's been disciplined and regimented. And I think a lot of that comes because they're not trying to play out from the back. So they're not turning the ball over. All of their defence comes in stages where they are able to see the City attack unfold and adjust to it. rather than they give the ball away and then City are running at them and they don't. It's like emergency defending then because you've given the ball away deep in your own half and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But they haven't really done that since the first 5 minutes. I think quite interestingly that Herbinger injury, as horrible as it is, and hopefully she's okay, may have benefited them in this game because it gave them a break after 22 minutes just to stop, have 5 minutes, and actually, I think for Taylor it's to reinstate his goals, his objectives, what he wanted from this game, how he wants them to play. It gave a few players who had a bit of a nervy start just a reset, and I think that was really important. So, what are your thoughts on that first half, Eric?
Yeah, I think, as you say, it's one of those where since that injury they looked a lot sharper, and it's almost the biggest thing that we see, or the biggest reason we see sides concede in these kind of matches when they are the underdog is fatigue. When they get towards the end of both the first half and the second half, and the stronger team just have better stamina, the pressure just becomes too relentless and they give in. But because of that stoppage, that was probably 2-3 minutes, it just meant that Liverpool could go again. They got a bit of rest in, got some fluids on board, and could just shape up. And since then, they've looked really organised. And I think we've seen that 5 back out of possession look really, really sharp. Although it's high, I think it's been a really good mix from Taylor because he's gone aggressive with how high the line is, but it's a 5 back. I don't think I've ever seen a 5 back that high, and they're doing very well to just compact the pitch because the ball over the top is on, but that's not what City want to do. They want to get the ball into Shaw. They want to get the ball into Shaw's feet and try and use that. I think out wide is where they've looked most vulnerable, especially when the likes of Bene have been running at Evans and Clark, and on the other side it's been Holland at right wing back, or it's been Fisk who's had to deal with Pagino. So that's got to be something they've got to be careful of. But overall, they've done really well to limit City to yes, City has still had quite a few chances, but they've limited City to there could have been a lot more. So they've done well, Liverpool.
Yeah, I think what I've been really impressed with and why it's working so far is what Liverpool are doing is they're playing this low. They're playing a mid block quite high mid block, and then it's been very narrow, very compact. The 5 in the back line gives them a player for player across the back line, across Man City's front line.
Yeah.
So when City are trying to be a little bit more direct, they can't really do that. And that is the way to solve, I guess, the way Liverpool are playing. Because Liverpool are so difficult to play through at the moment, because they're in a mid-block, because they're very narrow and compact, it's quite difficult to play through them. And they're not engaging in the press too aggressively. And so what that means is that when that press doesn't come, and you can't... Because what City want to do is they want to invite the Liverpool press on, and then play into the space that's left behind that. But because Liverpool aren't engaging in the press, it leaves Greenwood loads of time and space. So what you're trying to do is pick out a ball in behind. Because Liverpool gone with the back 5 today, they're able to track those runs really effectively. And so we've seen them drop off really well, and we've seen them make those ball recovery runs really effectively. I think where Liverpool have been opening up before is that they play that high line, and then they're able to players are able to make a run in between into the pockets, into the channels, but that hasn't really happened because of Liverpool playing 5 players in the back line. It's been really effective. I have to say, really impressive what they've managed to do in that position. Bodan Nikolov, welcome to the stream, says, what's going on with Man City's goalkeeping situation? I don't follow women's football, so it interested me since Chiara Keating was the starting goalkeeper for a while, if I remember. Start of last season, Taylor brought in Yamashita because he wanted someone that could play out from the back more. Keating's better with long distribution, I would say, than Yamashita, but Yamashita's much better playing out from the back. Keating's probably slightly better shot stopper than Yamashita, though I'd say that's fairly negligible. But yeah, it just means they can play possession-based football out from the back a little bit more comfortably. I mean, we've seen Yamashita on the halfway line today, on corners, because Liverpool are leaving no one forwards. But they would have never done that with Keating, because Keating wouldn't be able to recover back quick enough. And she's a very active goalkeeper, Yamashita. Yeah, and I think that it's one of those where, as you say, I think the shot stopping at the start when Yamashita first joined the league, I think Keating, that was the massive plus that she had, was that Keating was a better shot stopper. But now, I think Yamashita's got a lot more comfortable. And City are conceding less shots. That is the other thing to factor into that. But yeah, I think that Yamashita is probably the better goalkeeper at the moment. But yeah, you say she's very, very aggressive, and City have been aggressive, and that's fine in the first half. The reason that they go aggressive in the first half, because if it does somehow backfire, then they've got time to undo it. Now, because it's 0-0, this is where it's really going to be interesting to see what they do now. Because if they keep going for it,
that's fine, but they're going to keep risking that Liverpool could hurt them. And Liverpool hurting them in the 53rd minute is very different to Liverpool hurting them in the 13th minute. So it's now, if City are going to be aggressive, it's even more risky than it's riskier than it was when they were doing it in the first half. So Jeglertz has got to weigh that up. I think he'll be disappointed for the fact they're not leading. Liverpool yet to have a shot in this football match, so maybe they don't need to worry about being hurt. But yeah, it's one of those where I think City would have liked to at least be leading by a goal now, because I think the players probably merited it. They just haven't managed to put the ball in the back of the net, and they've put 5 on target and they've all been saved by ball graphs. So
yeah,
keep testing
that
that.
match so far, ball graph.
Yeah,
or I guess Bonner has also played very well.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, Liverpool done well defensively. It's been really nice in the penalty area. It's been really nice and calm. I think what Liverpool have had a problem with in recent seasons is giving away penalties or making stupid mistakes in the box. I think they've done better to deal with that. But yeah, City. Do you feel City are lacking a bit of a spark without a Hemp, without a Kerolin, without a Fowler? Just feels like everything's a bit stagnant at the moment. Their best creator is Kirsten Kasparov.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's that creation, because the front three we saw of Clinton, Shaw and Firmino against Arsenal, it worked really well because they didn't really have to create anything, because most of their chances came on the counter. And when you're on the counter, you haven't got to try. It doesn't take something spectacular to create the chance. You've got more players, so you just work it round. You're like, when Bene scored a goal, for example, they hit Arsenal on the break. But in this game, because they've got all the ball, you need someone to unlock a defence, and Firmino potentially could do that. But Bene definitely is one of those where she's very good running in behind, very dangerous running at players. But is she going to create a chance? Is she going to create an opportunity for someone like a Shaw? No. So yeah, I think it's just that player who manages to unlock this Liverpool defence that Man City are lacking at the moment, because of the players that are injured.
Yeah.
And even a Grace Clinton may help you today. They just need someone who can get that final ball right, who can pick out Shaw in the area, who can get Firmino in a yard of space to give them something to work with.
Yeah, just someone to unlock that Liverpool defence, really.
Yeah.
I do think, again, that as they continue, there will be more gaps in that Liverpool backline, and as naturally there will be. They're going to tire. I think, though, the one thing that does go in their favour is that they're not pressing too aggressively, which obviously the intensity isn't too high.
Yeah.
So they may be able to keep this going for longer than you think, which will be interesting. But yeah, I think I've been really impressed with what Liverpool have done in this game, because I think what we've seen so far this season is huge defensive weakness, and in this game we've seen really impressive defensive strength and solidity.
Yeah.
In the structure. So yeah, really impressive stuff from Taylor. And again, it doesn't surprise me that he's come up with something today. We've joked about it for ages, but it shows that when he doesn't just go, well, we've got to play this one system. When he stops being stubborn and goes, well, this is how you beat Man City, so I'm going to play this way. They can get potentially results, but yeah.
Yes, and yes, they haven't had a shot yet, but I don't think that'll concern him too much. He'll be looking at it and thinking that if they can get to 60, 70 minutes and it's still 0-0, that's when they can look to start to maybe hurt City. I'm sure they'll have a shot at some point in the second half, even without going for it. But it's a bit like what Brighton tried to do earlier, where they kept themselves in the game, or what we assume they would do, which is you keep yourself in the game against the bigger sides, and then late on you go for it. At 0-0, they're still in the game. So yes, they haven't had a shot yet, but they could have one shot in the 89th minute. If it goes in, they win the game. So I think it's one of those where they'd like to threaten maybe and panic Jeglertz a little bit more. But overall, they do what they've done in that first half. They'll take a point away, and all it takes is one opportunity. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they play it in the second half. But yeah, Taylor's done well so far.
I guess that's the thing. Liverpool haven't looked remotely like scoring. I guess the comeback to that is that do they need to score today?
Yeah,
a point would be a fantastic result if they can keep it 0-0. I guess as well, the other thing is if they do, they will make changes to someone like a Peter Olsen or a Sophie Roman Howe, make them a little bit stronger in attacking areas.
Potentially.
But if they take off Amir Enderby, potentially. So yeah, it depends what Liverpool do in this game. I think they've just got to keep things fresh, rotate, and keep doing what they're doing. Really, it's what's causing them issues. Liverpool do have Schmitz on the bench today, by the way. So I'm guessing they got clearance from Man City that she's not Lone Tide.
That's a Gareth Taylor masterclass, that one. But yeah, it's one of those where I think overall for Liverpool, you have to be positive because that is not the performance from a side that are on 0 points at the moment after 5 games in the league. That was much better from them. It was defensive, but it was much better, and that and they've done well. I think City will know how important it is. They just don't drop points to in silly locations. Don't drop points in games they should win comfortably. I think that will be their main thing. They know they need to keep the pace on Chelsea. They've done well to recover it after losing Chelsea in Matchweek. 4 wins from 4. Happy days. They've done well. They've kept themselves in the game. They've kept themselves in the title race. They sit second. Lovely jubbly. But they need to make sure they win this game. Take advantage of the fact that United and Arsenal, you're already ahead of United and Arsenal, and Tottenham lost today, so you can put out a gap on them. So yeah, I think City know how important it is they win today, and I think Liverpool will do well to stop them. But you never know. They Liverpool may find a way. I said all it takes is one shot, and suddenly it's Liverpool ahead. So wait and see what happens. I think it'll be a second half that's very similar to that first half. With Liverpool sitting in, City coming at them. But I tell you what, it's a decent crowd at Anfield this evening, and they've been treated to a good performance from their side so far. They've just got to keep it up for another 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think there's still be concern over the lack of goal threat. I think the fact they haven't scored since the 17th minute in the opening game. Yeah, I think it was 17th minute, around there, wasn't it?
Is that what that last goal?
The last goal in the league.
Wow.
They scored 5 in the League Cup, if you care about that. But their last goal came in the 12th minute of the game against Everton.
It's not
They
great.
have not scored in any of the 3 league games, and then obviously this one, and the rest of the time in that Everton game. So it's been a while since they scored a goal in the league, and that has to be a concern, of course. But yeah, what was the stat last week? Was it like 5-6 hours or something stupid?
Yeah. It's been a very long time, a lot of minutes.
Ridiculous.
And if that goes on for another game, and then suddenly it can get difficult. It can get really difficult.
Yeah.
They've got to find a way to. It's not even create chances, but it's just get players on the ball in certain areas. I'm not saying they have to. I'm not expecting them to create clear-cut chances, but just have a go.
Yeah, not in today's game. I think there are problems more generally with how they create chances, Liverpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, in today's game, they just need to break a bit more effectively and link up more effectively. I think City have got a change coming, just on the fact they keep looking over the sideline. Potentially not.
I don't know.
I didn't see anyone that wasn't there, to be fair. But just looked like from the fact that they were doing their huddle and looking over like someone was about to come and join them, but no one did.
No.
So yeah, looks like no changes then, at least for Man City. And Liverpool likewise. We're about to get underway for another 45 minutes of action here at Anfield. Liverpool will be hoping they can put a bit more of a fight in that second 45 in attacking areas, but if they can keep the discipline defensively, maybe Gareth Taylor could pull it off, pick up his first point of the season as Liverpool manager, and take them ahead of West Ham. Well, Liverpool will get us back underway, and well, you might think we're at the St Helens Stadium today with how this routine's about to go. Waiting for the referee's whistle. And now Holland is going to launch it into the Manchester City back right corner.
That worked, but they haven't really put him in the corner.
No, they need a bit more
height
on that, really. She's almost at the halfway line by the time she takes the throw, Castro.
Yeah.
Castro tries to play it forwards. It's going to get through to Shaw, and now City can take advantage of this. Looking to find for Gino. Fisk, though, wins it back. Borgraf out to the right-hand side. Holland be hard pressed to get there. It's out for a throw. That couldn't have gone any more spectacularly wrong.
Yeah.
Really?
Within 10 seconds, City had already got back into the Liverpool half.
They're under pressure. Rose. Greenwood. Back to Jeglertz. Lifts it over the top for Gino. Jeglertz. And now it's Blinker Brown. Can she find a forward pass? Miedema. For Gino. Harvey. Now Blinkilder. Shimmies past Nagano. Plays it in behind. Shaw's going to try and get there. Ballgraph quick off a line though. And picks it up.
Yeah, as we said, Ballgraph has done very, very well. First half, especially her first kind of call to action. She came out to collect the ball just like she did there and fumbled it and nearly gave it straight to Clear Shaw. But since then, it's been a very, very good reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks solid since that.
Yeah.
Clark. Pass around the corner into McLean. Back now to Clark. Ballgraph. Bonner. Into Fisk. Kerr. Fisk. Enderby. Nice hold up. One back there by Hasegawa. Enderby drags her back, and that is the Man City free kick. Enderby's struggled today. I think that is putting it nicely.
Just not really got involved.
Yeah. It's a difficult task up there, I'll admit that.
Yeah, it is.
But, yeah. That struggled. Pass with line from Blinkilder. Cleared away. Kasparai now. Gives it to Greenwood. Out wide to Harvey. Who will come inside. Miedema. Touch to Blinkilder. Back to Miedema. Looking right. Goes to Kasparai. Who will carry it in her stride. Now to Bene. Waits for the overlapping ramp. Comes inside herself. Blinkilder now, though. Forced backwards. Miedema. Kasparai coming back from offside position. And no, that cross is meaningless.
Yeah, just got to watch the line there, Kasparai. Just didn't get back on in time. I think it's a bit unlucky there. It's a tight one. But probably just about the right decision. Yeah, Liverpool again. They want to start the second half setting back into their rhythm. Not letting City take the advantage or threaten to threaten the goal too much.
Fisk. Nagano around the corner. And Harvey holds on to it. And now Greenwood. Blinkilder. Greenwood. Harvey. Forward into for Gino. Wants to come inside. Now Blinkilder. Rose. Carries it forwards. Finds Kasparai around the corner looking for Rose. Actually steps in really well. Now Bene. Got to be a good delivery here. It's not great. It's going to drop for Harvey, but the shot almost as poor as the cross. Probably worse, actually.
Yeah. It wasn't convincing defending, but it didn't need to be because it wasn't a great move. Cross from Bene lacked everything. It was poked towards Harvey by Bonner, and she has got under that and sent that sailing into the Anfield crowd. But yeah. Not great from either team in that whole passage.
Greenwood. Muscled off by Kerry Holland. And here come Liverpool. Pass on the outside of the boot. Finds Enderby. Cuts it back across the box. Cannons off the near post. Enderby thinks it should be a corner. Referee doesn't.
Oh, I see that. I'm back again.
Great ball. In towards Mia Enderby. Yeah, that's a corner. How was that not given? It's quite a clear deflection off of Kirsten Kasparai.
Yeah.
But alas. Oh, it is for a corner now. Complaining does get you what you want in life. Can Liverpool make anything of this? Holland. In towards the box, headed away by Shaw. Kapok trying to keep it alive. Fisk pokes it out wide. It's Holland now. Tries to beat Blinkilder. Gets in front of the cross and knocks out a play for a throw. Liverpool will drop their aerial presence back.
So just everyone taking a moment to return to their positions, attacking the
Not
cop
sure
now.
why.
Liverpool.
I'd have kept the height in there.
They don't want to get caught high, do they?
Yeah, but you can just drop different players back. More footballers.
Well,
They do the same at corners, don't they?
yeah.
I think you've got to treat everything like that. Fisk. Out wide to Holland. Ball into the area. For the ball! It's a goal! And it's Cornelia Kapox! And Liverpool lead here at Anfield. A brilliant delivery lifted to the back post. And Kapox heads home. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 0. City wasteful. And Liverpool strike. Gareth Taylor's Liverpool lead Jeglertz' City.
What a goal this is from Liverpool. What a ball this is into the box. Really good stuff. They reworked it superbly from the throat. And it falls to Kerry Holland. This is incredible. Just floated into the danger area.
Kasper should do better dealing with that at the back post. No one for City commands the 6-yard box here. And Kapox just sneaks in at the back post. Heads home. The definition of smash and grab.
So good. Into the corridor uncertainty from Holland. And Kapox in front of the cop as well. Big moment for her. Again, coming up big for Liverpool at Anfield. And well, they defended well in the first half. And with their first shot of the game, Liverpool lead. Football is a funny game sometimes.
Headed away by Bonner. Now Liverpool have got to work. Because City will have the fire in the belly. For Gino. Overlapping around a Kasper. Ball across the box. Poor delivery. That's out for a Liverpool 3.
And we've already watched. It has been a story of 1-0 wins to the home sides today. Chelsea, Tottenham, London City, West Ham, Arsenal, Brighton. Liverpool looking to follow.
What about
suit.
Everton? They went 1-0 up, didn't they?
Everton did go 1-0 and then lost 4-1, so that could also happen.
And Villa should have won 1-0 at home. Should have won like 5-0 at home.
But look at that. Liverpool, 2 shots in the second half, both on target. Look, stark contrast from the
Beautiful
first
from
half.
Gino. Pokes it through to Khadija Shaw and it's offside. Bailey says 7-1 still possible. Changing prediction, Bailey. Unbelievable. Ketsu says City keeps wasting chances and Liverpool punish them. Absolutely.
Such a good header.
100% shot accuracy from Liverpool in this game.
It's a brilliant header. It's a brilliant header.
City, but though City had 2 big chances, they missed them both. Liverpool 1 big chance. It's in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Not what we expect. City have loads of good attackers who are very clinical. Liverpool do not. But Kapox has stepped up there. And we spoke earlier, but can she step up now? Now that she's the main forward. Smith isn't there now to steal a thunder. No one else is supplying, but Enderby's got a bit of fight in her. And she's carrying the ball forwards now. Comes across Greenwood, gets hacked down. It's a yellow card for Alex Greenwood. And a Liverpool free kick. Brilliant from Enderby.
Yeah.
Struggled in this game, but that was a good moment.
Does so well to spin Greenwood initially and then just runs back across that and wins the free kick. Yellow card for the City captain. Yeah. That'll be the easiest yellow card handed out today. But Liverpool now look like they don't look like a completely different side, but they've gone from a brilliant defensive side. Now they're coming at City and City don't know what to do. And it's what I said, that they kept themselves in the game in the first half. And now they're leading. An opportunity, potentially, to double their lead.
And it's Holland over this. Ball into the box. Touchdown looking for Enderby. Cleared away by Kasper.
City have just got to ride this out. Because they'll be feeling it. There'll be all sorts of emotions on in that City camp. They'll be disappointed, they'll be frustrated. They've just got to ride this out and get back on track.
Holland right in this corner. Bene tries to manhandle.
Yeah.
Liverpool free kick. And it's going to be pretty much a corner.
Yeah.
From where this is.
But how the tables have turned.
Holland needs to realise that she can take it out of the centre segment. Out of the corner segment. Just because it's slightly in front.
Yeah.
But this is going to be pretty much a corner. Ball in. Laid well. Laid flat in there and almost. Liverpool making something of it. McLean now picking up the pieces. Puts the ball into the box. And that is what we've seen out here by Blinkilder. Well, actually, she'll try and play. Kasperai, it's behind her. Touch isn't great. That's a foul from Gemma Bonano.
Yeah, City trying to move it quickly. And that's the thing they've got. Yes, they're now probably they need to move the ball quicker, but they don't need to rush it. They don't need to force it. Because if they start doing that, then that is going to play into Liverpool's hands.
Greenwood.
They've got to find a way to break through the red wall.
Harvey, ball in behind. Looking for Shaw, but it will trickle through to Borgraf, who's going to take a sweet time.
Penny for your thoughts, Gareth Taylor.
I think he'll probably try and be cool, calm, collected, but I reckon there's some like little version of him in his head just doing like backflips, somersaults, party poppers,
Yeah.
and he's just like telling his own self to calm down because there's still time left in this game, and well, there may be a Sky Sports sandstorm happening, or may just be a problem with the TV cameras there. Hope no one at home has epilepsy. So now City playing out from the back. Oh, the ball's still moving then, as far as the referees let that play. Rose. Greenwood. Now Jade Rose. Kasperai. What's going behind? Back now to Hasegawa. Kasperai. Blinkilder. Now Greenwood. Harvey. Pass inside to Bene. Tries to play around the corner. Fisk holds her up well, but here comes Bene. Miedemar overplays it. And it's one back now, and Liverpool look to turn defence into attack. Capox. Back to Evans. We'll go back to a goalkeeper under pressure from Shaw, but Borgraf read the situation well. Kasperai wins the initial header. Evans sends it back the other way. Hasegawa brings it down, but it's Patrick Nagano who comes away with it and knocks it in behind. All the way through to another Japanese player, Yake Yamashita. Greenwood. That's a poor pass picked off by Holland, but not how to play. And now a change for City. It's Laura Coombs.
That's going to give them something, but that's from they're lacking options. And again, this is what we mentioned when we talk about City's injury problems. Is that yes, it's okay in terms of starting 11 perspective, but this is it really. Like Coombs is a decent player, but is she going to come and change the game? Probably not. So this is what City have got. They've got half an hour, and this 11 have got to get it right. And they're running it. Really, they want 2 goals at the minimum.
Borgraf sends it forwards, flicked on in there by Capox, who is down with head injury, and that's Liverpool free kick. Just went up for it with Rose. Now Rose has suddenly got a head injury. Hope they are both all right. Seem to have a clash of heads.
Yeah. Just a bit aggressive from Rose, just came in.
Yeah.
But not a bad 15 minutes to start the second half of Liverpool. Half an hour to play. They are half an hour away from picking up their first points of the season. How big this would be for Liverpool and Gareth Taylor. And what a team to do it against. So yeah, City are going to make the change then. And that is going to see Miedema off for Coombs. It's an interesting one. Again, I don't think you gain or lose much. I think technically, AKA might gain a little bit, but you lose a bit of presence, which I think you probably need.
Without Miedema, yeah. But this is the exact problem, right? Because you want Miedema coming off the bench to have an impact.
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything for 60 minutes. Now you want to bring her on and go, oh, we've got 2 strikers now, and we're going to be really aggressive.
Yeah.
But they've been really aggressive, but it hasn't worked. So what are they doing now?
Yeah.
And Coombs, I don't know. Clinton not fit?
No.
Fair enough then. They don't have any options.
That's what I just said. That's what I'm saying. It's just that this is it now. This is the City side. They've got to get the job done. If Liverpool can at least just keep doing what they're doing, really, it's one of those where it's got that kind of feeling where City either get none or they score 2.
Yeah. If this stays the same, then Chelsea and United will be the only teams that haven't had a slip up yet. And Tottenham.
Wow.
Genuinely, Chelsea, United, Tottenham were the only sides that lost. That all of their drop points have come against big 6 teams or big 4 teams. Sorry. But yeah.
Equally, we were in this position last season, and I could assure quickfire double completely turned the game on its head.
True, but man, Gareth Taylor was on the opposite side of the dugout then.
He was.
Great spin from Holland, ball into the box. Rose does well to deal with it. Headed away and out for a City throw. Now Kasperai. Bernat. Here is Blinkilder. Now Greenwood. Leo Harvey. And it's Coombs back to Harvey. Ball in behind, cut out well by Fisk. And let's welcome to the streets. It's a busy afternoon for you lads. Busy day. Start at 11:45. By the time we get out of the studio, it'll be 7 o'clock. Busy day. But that's why we do it. It's enjoyable. It would be nicer if the games today were better. Have to admit. Looking more forward to rewatching some of the games we missed. Not Villa, Leicester, but the rest of them.
What, London City, West Ham?
Not that.
So none of them.
Oh, I want to watch
You're
Mark Kennable.
United.
Greenwood swings into the box, looking for Khadija Shaw, heads goalwards, ball going back contact, Bennett with a chance, and it's there, and it's Liverpool 1, Man City 1. Ballgraf, who's been otherwise spotless, with a big mistake, and it's Liverpool who now find themselves with work to do. The game is level again. Iman Bene, who scored the winner last week at Arsenal, finds the equaliser here at Anfield.
Big goal again. Bene stepping up when City need her most. And it's a really good ball in from Greenwood. Shaw flicks it on, and I have no idea why Ballgraf feels the need to save this. It's going miles wide. Just needs to let it run, and instead she parries it straight to Bene.
So poor.
That's going nowhere near the goal.
She's just palmed it down to Iman Bene. It was going so far wide. But she just panics. She doesn't know where she is in relation to her goal.
Shaw heads it on, and that is 2-3 yards wide the post. It's not even like one of those where the goalkeeper saves it just to be sure. That is miles wide.
Yeah.
And even still, you've got to parry that out. You've got to do something with it. But City are level, and now they've got 20.
Around the post.
Yeah.
This was how old is Bene? 19, I think. So just above the league.
Yeah, stepping up massively. City, no Hemp, no Clinton, no Murphy. Bene's the one delivering at the moment.
Coombs, Harvey. Greenwood. Switches it to Rose. Kasperai down the line. One back there by Evans. Clark. Bonner. And that's out for a Man City throw in, and now does it start to swing the way of City?
Yeah, but it's again, football's a funny game because 2 goals in 27 minutes sounds quite difficult, but now 1 goal in 25 sounds very doable.
Yeah. Rose in behind, but quick off a line as Borgraf to stop Bene. Wisdom went to the stream, says, does Man City stand a chance of a WSL title? Absolutely. I think the fact they don't have Women's Champions League football this year will help them. I think the fact that they've got a very decent squad. They can't afford drop points here, really. But, yeah, no, they're definitely in a good... They're definitely with a good shot. Win today keeps them a point off Chelsea, ahead of Man United, and 4 points ahead of Arsenal. Evans. Clark. Back out wide to Evans, who'll knock it down the line, looking there for Enderby. Drops now for Kapox, who puts it in behind for Enderby. He's got to fight off Jade Rose, and well, Rose won that battle very comfortably. Bases are so close to triple captaining. Sure, looks like a good decision so far. Phil says, me too, Bailey. That's like Mariona, though. I don't think anyone's captain's done well. Apart from the one person who captained Ocean de Landes on using the wall.
I can't remember what I captained.
I captained Beaver Jones, which was 2 points to 4.
I probably captained Gator Shaw.
Because I think the only players on anything for me is Carpenter. And I think Rivier's on like 3. That's it. It's not going well. Bennett trying to break in behind. Good defending there from Evans. And then cleared away. Oh, and Reed got a clean sheet as well, so it wasn't too bad. Nikhil says it'll be 2-1 Liverpool.
Oh. That'd be a
fight back.
A big blow for City. Thing is, for Liverpool, they'll be very happy to hold on to a point. A point would be massive.
But yeah, they haven't got any yet.
Yeah. They'll be off the bottom.
Famously, that's not a great way to try and do well in the table.
They'll be off the bottom of the league.
Rose, now Greenwood. The pressure from Enderby goes back to Jade Rose.
City are really finding more space now.
Oh, Harvey. Now Blinkilder. Greenwood. Asigawa. Blinkilder. Great turn from Blinkilder around, breaking forwards now. That is cut out well by Fisk. Asigawa. Blinkilder. Harvey does really well. They take it past Holland inside to Laura Coombs. Back now to Fagino. And it's Blinkilder again. Asigawa. Cuts inside. Back heel to Harvey. Got to be stuck in the box.
Oh.
Takes on Kerr. Cuts it to the edge. Fagino trying to wriggle room for a shot. Now Kasparai. Bene. Back to Fagino, who loops it into the area. Pushed away by Borgraf.
Yeah, I mentioned Liverpool there. I think the other thing about sticking a point on the board is that them and West Ham got to be careful that it feels like the sides above them.
Great ball in behind, and that's good from Borgraf off her line.
It just feels like the sides above them are also starting to move away. You know, again, Leicester, Villa and London City all scoring today. All picking up points. Liverpool and West Ham got to be careful they don't get left behind. A point today for Liverpool will be absolutely huge.
Borgraf launches it forwards. Flick there doesn't really pay off. Now Kasparai. Rose. Across to Greenwood. Ball in behind. Great touch from Coombs. One back there by Holland, who wants to take on Harvey, breaking down the right-hand side. Can't keep it in touch and then knocks it away.
Like to avoid a yellow card there. And I'm not really sure how that goes down as playing the ball.
Maybe she was, I don't know, terrible attempt at a cross after leaving the field of play.
Maybe.
Sounds believable. Anyway, City in possession. Rose. Ball looking for Kasperai. Fighting away for it. Who now flicks it back to Bene. Blinkilder. Shaw flicks it on. Now Hasegawa. Harvey. Hasegawa again. Greenwood. Hasegawa. Harvey. Hasegawa. Greenwood again. Hasegawa. Plays in behind, looking around Laura Coombs. Options in the box, but it's seen off by Holland. And then Coombs knocks into it off the pitch.
Yeah.
She's down at some discomfort here, Kerry Holland.
Yeah, Coombs just going for the ball. It's one of those where players always compete for that, even though they're never going to get it. And then they end up just, either in, it's silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
Holland shielding out. Coombs is never going to get round there and win the ball back and just thumps into Holland. It's going to be a painful one. But she's off the pitch, so I was expecting us to play on regardless.
But yeah, Nifei, retired from football in the summer, has stayed on as technical co-coordinator at Liverpool.
Yeah, good role for her. Keeps her involved with the football.
Holland is down here receiving treatment. Patanda predicting 3-1 City.
Yeah, I could see it.
Liverpool will have to play on here because Holland's off the pitch.
Yeah.
So, and Herbinger is back on crutches. That is worrying.
Yeah, it's not great.
A lot of Liverpool's midfielders currently wounded on the sidelines. Evans under pressure. Finds Kapox. Tries to take on Kasper. Out for a Liverpool throw. Liverpool now will look to make their way up the left-hand side. Holland does seem to be walking okay. There's a slight limp to her stride. Now Jade Rose sends it forward. Out to the left-hand side. Nagano, that's picked off there by Hasegawa. Khadija Shaw now. Drops now for Holland. Borgraf. Here is Clark. Good challenge there from Kasperai. Now out for a Liverpool throw.
Yeah, Liverpool just trying to work it. Keep hold of the ball. If they've got the ball, City can't score. Big 15 minutes now for both these side seasons. They've got to keep fighting. Liverpool got to keep fighting.
Yeah, quarter of an hour to go. What do you think is a bigger result for either side? Liverpool drawing or City winning? Which is more important, which is more catastrophic?
I think Liverpool drawing is massively more important just because of the fact they're on 0 points. They need to get off the board, be huge, especially at home, at Anfield. again, it's a very, very good City side. A City draw today, yes, it's a blow, but they'll get on with it. They'll still only be only 3 points behind Chelsea.
A win off Chelsea.
So yeah, it wouldn't be terrible. It'd be frustrating, but it wouldn't be terrible. They'd still be third.
It would almost undo the advantage they built over Arsenal last weekend. If it's a draw, they will be 12. Well, they'll be on 13 with Arsenal on 11. So there's still a 2-point gap.
Yeah.
Obviously, the loss would have been more detrimental. They've been only a point over Arsenal. Blinkilder picked off there. I think they got United next, didn't they?
City.
No, they got United at the end of November, or midway through November. I knew it was either. It wasn't the same weekend as Chelsea Arsenal. It was either side. It's the weekend after. West Ham next to Man City. That's a chance to get some goals. Then Everton, and then Manchester United at home. Laura Coombs brings it down well.
I think City have navigated a tricky run. This game looked to be their first of what was going to be a nicer run of games.
Liverpool, on the other hand, have had a nice run of games and still come away with nothing. They play, obviously, City today, Tottenham, Brighton, and Chelsea the next 3, followed by Villa and Arsenal.
Well, if they get a point today, it's absolutely massive.
Bernat tries to cut it to shore and it's cleared away.
With that run, today's become even more massive. Because if they lose today, then I don't see where they pick up points until Matchweek 9-10.
Yeah, probably West Ham, which is the last game for the winter break. London City coming straight out of the winter break is a nice couple fixtures, but yeah, no, I do agree. Yeah, they may be able to pick something up against a side who's currently in form. Well, they can come out of the international break well. Could they beat a Tottenham?
Maybe.
On their day, but the way Tottenham play right now, they would probably lose. Brighton, if they've got a lot of players out, but
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, it's getting tough for Liverpool. Where are the points going to come from?
They're getting let off by the fact it's even tougher for West Ham.
And they will probably beat West Ham when they play them at the end of December. Gino puts the ball into the box, looking for Shaw, cleared away by Evans. And now Blinkilder. My fear is we've already got a sort of top 7 establishing. And if London City can join that top 8, my concern is if you look at next year with 3 championship sides potentially coming in, could we see that the league become a bit like the league? Right? I don't think it will, obviously, because we still have half the teams in the league be competitive, not 2. I'm going to say from Borgraf to stop the Shaw cross. I mean, I hope there'll be a lot of investment and those clubs will come up and compete. But I do just have that slight concern over how poor some of the teams have been this year. You like West Ham, you like Liverpool, Everton, Leicester have lost everything.
Bit of a cross shot that from short on target, saved well by Borgraf. City still probing, but Liverpool holding on at the moment. So again, another corner for City to threaten Liverpool to navigate.
Ball in, it bounces around, it's going to drop for Blinkilder, it takes a touch, tries to squeeze it across the box. Never going to happen, had to just hit it first time. Harvey crosses it in there. Away on as far as Greenwood, who can try and create something from this, as well to hold on to the football. Under pressure from Kerr, who keeps nibbling. And Greenwood's ran it off. Throw.
Well navigated by Liverpool. It's another minute gone. It's another set piece dealt with. City readying the change of Sidney Lohman.
Can that be a difference maker?
Yeah, every one way it's gone back to how it was in the first half. Really, Liverpool can't get out of their half, but they're holding on.
They need another stoppage. Enderby carries it forwards well. Holland. And Greenwood lashes it forwards. So, because Liverpool scored in this half.
Yes, they did.
But they then went a lot more defensive. City have been forced to sort of come forwards a lot more now because they know they needed 2 goals. They got that goal. They're still pushing for another. Harvey. Greenwood back to Yamashita. Greenwood. Looks to the right, goes to Jade Rose. Needs to be some urgency about this for City now. Kasperai. Down the line into Bene, who tries to turn Evans. Squares her up well. Comes inside now. Bene lays it into Shaw, who brings it down. Back to Blinkilder for Gino. Can she wriggle a shot? Bene. Ball in. Headed away. It's going to drop now for Uahabe, who'll try and keep it alive. Swings it in there. It's blocked up in the air. Bounce around. Blinkilder. Knocks it back. Hasegawa for Gino. Wide to Bene. Ball in. Combs can't quite get there. Don't know why Gino isn't just shooting there rather than laying it wide. This City are just trying to cross with everything. Blinkilder puts it in. Just going to drop in there for Combs. He tries a wild shot. Nagano gets in front of it and then a bundle. Nagano is down and it's a free kick.
Really smart from Nagano. Just can see what Combs is going to do and throws her body in front of it because she knows it will be a free kick. Really good from Nagano. Takes one for the team net. Saw exactly what Combs was going to do. And yeah, did try to get her body in front of it. But here comes Lohman then for City.
So change. Now, will this be taking someone out the back line or someone out the midfield? How much are they going for it? It is Blinkfield Brown making way, so pretty much a like for like. But can Sydney Loan be a little more decisive in the final third? Try and find something from the edge of the box.
They need something soon, City.
Yeah.
Liverpool have defended valiantly. Not a great full forward from Ballgraf, but Liverpool make it work and Clark will just get that as high up the pitch as possible. Again, there's no pressing going on now from Liverpool whatsoever. Enderby is just hovering.
And there's a player down now for City. And it is Iman Bene.
Bene down completely. Oh, she's got a nosebleed.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a clash of heads or she just gets nosebleeds. But fair whack of blood.
It's not as worried. As you hate seeing players go down off the ball. Cause usually, when it's usually not very good. Yeah, well, let's give a chance for both sides to regroup. Liverpool especially, massive moments now. This should be, a huge point. First point under Gareth Taylor if they could hold on. Still a lot of football to be played. Yeah, Gareth Taylor taking the opportunity. He's been on the touchline for the majority of the match. Gareth Taylor.
Yeah, it has to be for this one. It's the important one.
He's going to do a lap. He's going to do victory laps. It would be for a point. Which is a big point.
Parade.
Once you get up and running for the season, that can be massive for your campaign. Longer you stay on zero, morale, result, it gets difficult. So this would be huge for Liverpool if they could see this point out.
Big if.
It is a big if. But I never thought I would see Liverpool score today off the first half, but brilliant from Kapox.
That's our 2 goals this season, this for Liverpool. Both. Cornelia Kapox.
Yeah. Making the difference at the moment. The only player that is really stepping up. Bene's back to her feet. And we're going to continue.
So 6 minutes plus additional, which you'd assume would be in and around that 3-5 minute mark.
There'll be time. Definitely be time.
City now coming down the right hand side. Kasperai. That's blocked out of play for a City throw. Rose. Now Greenwood. Back to Rose. Carries it forward. I lift it towards Blinkilder. Oh, Coombs, sorry. Hasegawa. Now Rose. Kasperai. Pass inside. Lohman onto Fagino. Should score. Just score. Slots it past Borgraf emphatically. And the home fans sent into raptures. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. Taylor's return will be to no avail as Liverpool stung there by a quick, precise move from Manchester City. And a Yoba Fagino, a player signed by Taylor, is the one who scores to crush his dream.
Really good football from Man City. You felt it was coming. Just linked it up perfectly from the right-hand side. 1-2 touch football. And it's Fagino popping up in the gap again. Really good football. And it's a great finish. Borgraf probably could do better through the legs of the keeper.
Clark could probably do better. This is those half-bars. I'll just jog across and try and stop it. You should be sprinting. Throw yourself in front of that. And Borgraf should do better.
Yeah, gets it
But it's in the back of the net.
Fagino once again.
1, City 2.
Comes up big for Man City when they need it. And City have saved this result. Pulled something out of the bag, and for Liverpool it's going to hurt. They defended well in the first half. It was a well-taken effort against the run of play. They defended well in the second half. Minutes away from their first point of the season. But they're going to have to find another goal if they want to take anything away from this game.
But yeah, Sidney Lohman with a lovely pass through to Fagino as well. I think we credited her enough with that.
Came on, got the assist.
Indeed. Bene pushes it forwards. Coombs tries to touch it onto Fagino. Here's Holland. There's a player down here for City. Off the ball, I think.
Yeah, sure, and now we've got straight back.
Sure. It's coming off. That's a bit of a knock to the head. Almost have to go off for a second, I think.
Yeah, the ref stopped the game because he thought she was injured, and as soon as he blew the whistle, she got straight back up again. But she's still going to have to go because he stopped the game for her.
Fisk. Clipping it forwards, and he tries to spin. Uahabi now in behind, flicked on by Fagino, and that is back with Bonner. Now Evans. Minute after go, and suddenly Liverpool are the aggressors. Fisk. Out wide to Holland. Options around, blocked by Uahabi, out for a throw.
Yeah, I'm saying now it's Liverpool who need the added time. Again, it'd be another smash and grab.
Bonner. Now Fisk. Goes back to João Bonner. Who will knock it across to Nagano. He splits the centre-backs again. Clark. Nagano again. Liverpool progressing now to the left-hand side. McLean into Capox. Good control from Cornelia Capox. Nagano.
Oh, I had to go back to Capox.
Switching it out to the right-hand side. Liverpool haven't made a sub other than the ones forced for injury. Cut out there by Miedema. One back by Holland. Fisk. Nagano. Surely now they need a goal. They've got to be getting a striker on there.
It's the Gareth Taylor special though, isn't it?
What, refusing to sub players?
Until it's too late.
Lohman. Until they leave to Arsenal. Hines jumped before he was subbed. Bonner. Clark. Bonner again. And we've got 6 minutes of additional time. There's a chance for Liverpool in this game. Got to get the ball forwards though. Bonner. Out wide to Evans. Enemy making the run in behind. Tries to slot it through, but it's cut out by Rose. They will drive it forwards. Coombs' touch is loose, but that gives her space to drive into. And now, not sure would have been offside, so Fisk has the ball. Nagano lets it run to Clark. who carries it forwards. Back to Evans. Now it's with Rafael Borgraf.
That's not a bad ball down the line.
Putting it in behind. Holland puts it under pressure. Cleared away by Yamashita. Fisk. Not sure why she left that for sure. But headed out by Bonner. Liverpool will take the throw quickly before anyone can complain. And now Fuka Nagano. Bounces it off McLean. Clark. Borgraf. You wouldn't think Liverpool were losing 2-1 in this game, would you?
No. But yeah, no impact from the bench. You know, they've got players on there that they've got attack.
No subs, no urgency.
Yeah.
They just don't seem to believe they could get another one in this game. And now City have got the ball. And it's Hasegawa. Lifts it across to Khadija Shaw, who brings under her control. Twists and turns. Cuts it back across the box. There's no one there. Clark walks over to it.
Thought to get it back.
They need a goal.
Yeah.
Kasparai. I'm just miffed.
Yeah, I mean, usually they, yeah.
Oh no, they're going to make a sub. At least pretends that they want to try and win.
Yeah, it's too late. Why are you being on attacking now?
Haug on. For Kerr. They got to go for it. Are they actually going to play the pass forwards now?
Yeah.
Or just keep passing it around the back?
They've got someone to hold it up. Get it to hold up. Get the ball to hold up.
Kasparai. To Hasegawa, back to Kasparai. Runs off the pitch. Kasparai quite blatantly kicks it away.
Liverpool got the ball up.
Says they're just going to take ages doing this throw. Flicked on, headed away by Hasegawa. Launched forwards, no one up there. Greenwood heads it into traffic. Nagano comes away with it. Lohman shrugs her off though. Coombs. Uwahabi. Yamashita launches it forwards. One in there by Evans, who massively misjudged that and knocks out of play.
And more changes coming then. Is this Liverpool again?
He's trying to slow down the game. Does he think they're winning?
No, it is.
It's Jeglertz slowing down the game. That makes sense. Lazel on for Uwahabi. It's like Taylor slowing down the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel like, I mean, Liverpool already used up 2/3 of this additional time. It is going to be now or never if they want to get a point or anything from this football match. If not, it's going to be 5 games without a point.
Kasparai headed away by Evans. Sigawa. Lohman gives it away. Blinkilder. Now Clark. Shaw. Hasegawa. Out wide now to Coombs. Holds the ball up well. Lazel. Back now to Greenwood. Haug puts her under pressure. Still pressing here, Roman Haug. Ball in behind, headed away by Clark. Nagano. Out to the right-hand side. Here's Holland. Up against Lazel. The fresh legs of Naomi Lazel. Out for a Liverpool throw-in. They've got 60 seconds left to score a goal. And it's like they're holding it in the corner. Greenwood gets it clear. That's has a clearance. Nagano. Fouled on the edge. Liverpool free kick.
Ooh.
In the 95th minute.
Oh, if only Herbing was on the pitch.
Gareth Taylor some self on. Laces it top corner. jumps in the cup.
Clumsy from Bene. He doesn't need to do that there.
They just panic when Greenwood's the first to panic and just causes widespread panic.
Here we go then. Probably one of the last kicks of the game now. Liverpool got to follow in, got to stay on side. But whoever takes this, it's going to be Holland or Capox, who's got to hit the target.
Surely Capox, she's the only one that scored this season.
It's almost too close. It's one of those where it's actually too close to get it up and over the wall. You've either got to wrap your foot round it and go round the wall, or just do you gamble on the wall jumping? This is such a hard one to get right.
You almost want to poke it to the right and just try and hit it around the wall.
Yeah.
I think Capox is going to try and get up and over though. Or the ref's going to take it. They're trying to interfere with the wall there, McLean. Obviously that is not allowed anymore. It's a rule that's never enforced before. Holland takes aim. It's spilt. Chance for Liverpool. They score! The last minute equaliser here at Anfield with the flag is up. The flag is up for offside. And Gemma Bonner thought she had found a leveller in added time. But she was offside. That is so poor. And if any other player had scored it, it would have counted. Oh dear.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
And it wasn't even like, if she was onside, she'd have still got there first.
And Gareth Taylor with a frown on his face. They had a chance in Liverpool. But it's Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. Taylor crushed by Jeglertz in their first meeting. Almost there.
Oh, wow.
Almost. Drama at the death.
That sums up Liverpool's season.
But Gemma Bonner in offside position.
She's got to stay on side there.
Unbelievable. It's not like she wouldn't have got there anyway.
Yeah. If she just stood half a yard
If she
back.
wasn't there, they'd have scored and won because McLean would have got there. Or I think, who else was there? Someone the goal, I think was there. If it was any other player, it would have been a goal. But she was just offside. And Liverpool, well, they fought hard today, and that is much better than what we've seen in recent weeks. But still, beaten by a better opposition today in Man City. They fought hard, Liverpool.
I said it. Yeah. I said it as they stepped up. They've got to follow in, but they've got to stay on side.
They did follow in. They did not stay on side.
Wow. That's huge. That is a huge moment in the season.
Felice for some applause for the Linos Union. That's good.
It's right. Yeah, it's the right decision, obviously.
It's boring though. Just let it stand.
Genuinely, we were half a yard away from City dropping points and Liverpool picking up their first point of the season.
No, how fun! Wow. We're back in 3 weeks. No. We are doing other stuff in the meantime. But WSL is on a 2-week break now. We're back on Monday immediately to analyse... Oh no, back on Tuesday, sorry. To analyse all of this weekend's action. A bumper triple header. We wanted to get this out tomorrow, but because of the nature of a triple stream, with that it's not happening. We're not spending another minute in this studio. But yeah, very enjoyable day. Thanks to everyone that's joined us, whether you're here for just 1, 2 or all 3 of this triple header Sunday. I applaud you if it's all 3, because even I am getting sick of my own voice. But thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already and you want to support us more, or you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe so you can see more of our videos. And if you haven't already, head over to footballcontentawards.com/voting and nominate and vote for us. We're finalists in 2 different categories: Best Young Content Creators, Best In Video Creators. The voting closes at midnight tonight. So if you haven't already voted, go over to footballcontentawards.com/voting and vote for us. Every vote could mean that we can beat, I think we're Best Young Creators, we're up against a 9-year-old. So let's make sure we're ahead of him. And then I'll grab the trophy and I'll celebrate right in front of him. That's what we're going to do. Make sure to vote for us. Best in Video Creators is even more difficult, so make sure to vote for us. Thank you guys very much. We'll be back with more this week. Probably analysis of one of the many games and some other stuff over the next few weeks. And obviously then we've got international break the week after, Harry. Return of England.
I'm so happy.
Oh, very exciting.
Can't wait.
Very exciting. But yeah, that is everything from us today. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.